You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Hello and welcome to episode 195 of the Rusted Robot Podcast. Today is April 15th, 2018. I am your host, Sean.
I'm Josh.
And we're here to bring you a fun-filled episode.
Well, we'll go with that. We'll call it that.
I don't see why not. All right, so we should get our business out of the way first.
You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast, the number one rated robot-related podcast in northeastern Ontario.
All right, which business?
The business is we are having the Northern Ontario Expo presenting the Comic-Con Timmins this next weekend coming up.
We got to really work on saying the title without messing it up.
It's not easy, is it? It's a mouthful.
The NOE presents the
Comic-Con
Timmins
Timmins.
Comic-Con.
No, it's Comic-Con Timmins, not Timmins Comic-Con.
Really? What is
Because
the distinction?
apparently somebody who was a previous guest at the expo in years past registered the name Timmins Comic-Con. So because he owns that, we have to say Comic-Con Timmins. C before T, not T before C. That's how I remember.
Really?
That's what Jason, the head of the NOE Comic-Con Timmins, told me. Yep. Somebody else owns the... I don't even know what you call it. The name, something. So yeah, it's Comic-Con Timmins.
The trademark.
There you go. That's the word I was looking for.
So that somebody owns the trademark to Timmins Comic-Con.
Yep.
But they don't do anything.
And they don't live here either. They were a guest one time.
So one of the guests, celebrity guests we had?
I don't know if it was a celebrity guest or a vendor. It was somebody who was here in years past, came for the event, took that name. So, therefore, we are Comic-Con Timmins.
Okay. That's...
You didn't know that?
No.
Ah, okay.
I...
You're flabbergasted.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stupid. Whatever. Moving on.
Okay, so yeah, that comes up next weekend, April 21st and 22nd at the McIntyre Curling Rink.
Yep. We're back at the Mac.
We're back at the Mac. Yes, we are, on the Schumacher Highway.
Yep.
So, that's next weekend. Next weekend is super, super busy, so we're not going to have a Rusted Robot podcast episode for that weekend.
I'm sure we could fit some time in to record and edit and do all that in our incredibly busy weekend.
Well, let's think about it. Thursday, we have to set up the arena.
Yeah.
Friday, we have to set up our booths.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday is the event itself.
Yeah.
Also that weekend, we have the Klingon Rumpus and the Klingon Pop Warrior at the working class. We also have the Timmins Cinema 6 Sunday night having Chris Holden Reed introducing Underworld Awakening. It's also my buddy's 40th birthday. I have no time to do it. My brother and his daughter are coming up as well. Brother Robin from the Space Jam podcast is coming to stay with us.
There we go. We got lots of time in there.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, there's lots of time. You're just thinking you need to sleep.
Oh, I don't need to sleep.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if that being the case, then there may be an episode this coming weekend of the 21st and 2nd of April, but probably not.
No, and it'd probably be terrible.
It would be horrible.
It'd be us going, I'm so tired.
And it wouldn't come out till the Monday or the Tuesday when I caught up on my sleep. But I don't think it's going to happen, so we're just going to avoid next weekend's podcast.
All right, so nothing next weekend.
Nothing next weekend.
All right.
But in the meantime, they can always listen to the Soulforge podcast, soulforgepodcast.com. I know you love it when I plug that other show. The last episode that just came out this past weekend, episode 44, The 28-Year-Old Virgin. Have you listened to that episode?
No, I have not listened to that episode. I've been listening to audiobooks all week.
Right, okay. Well, just to tell the quick story of that episode, when I was in the Sioux for Easter, I was doing a crossover episode with the Space Jam podcast. Robin's co-host on that is Wit. Okay. After we did our crossover episode, he said, Sean, I'd like to talk to you about my lifestyle choices. And I'm like, what are you talking about, buddy? He's like, well, I'm a virgin. I'm 28 years old, and I'd like to talk about that on your show. I'm like, okay, we could do that. So we podcasted about that. That episode came out. People are loving it. It's a great episode. I suggest you check it out.
All right.
Episode 44.
I'll add it to my giant list of podcasts that I haven't been listening to for like a week and a half.
You're way behind.
I got sucked into a series of audiobooks. And
is that Destiny's Crucible?
It is not Destiny's Crucible. I finished that one.
Ah, okay.
This one is Poor Man's Fight.
Tell me.
Okay, first book is Poor Man's Fight. Second book is Rich Man's War. Third book is Dead Man's Debt. It is in the future. Mm-hmm. Spaceships and whatnot.
Yeah.
When you graduate high school, you take a test.
Is that about your debt load and stuff?
How much debt you have.
Oh, you did tell me about this.
It's a great series by Elliot Kay. First three books are mainly focusing around one character, Tanner Malone. And then the fourth book is one of the other characters. It's focusing on her.
Ah, okay.
I didn't finish that one. I barely started it. I don't like the reader for that one.
Different from the other three?
Yeah. Well, it's not focusing on the same character, so you get a different voice actor to do it.
Makes sense.
Lots of book series do that, but sometimes you get the voice actor, you can't listen to them for very long.
No, I understand.
So I'm going to have to read it as an actual book.
Okay. But it's interesting enough. The story's
I will read the story. I can't listen to her talk.
No, I gotcha. Because the job of voice acting is quite nuanced. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Do you know that the host or the co-host of the Play on Nerds podcast, Jarman, is a voice actor?
Oh, yeah?
And tonight, I'm actually going to be a guest on their Play on Nerds podcast on Skype because they're reviewing the film The Postman, and they're going to ask me a bunch of questions about being a mailman. So that's scheduled for this evening.
An occupational interview. Cool.
An occupational interview. But they're funny. They're one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to, actually. And they only come out every 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But I kind of see them as in the same vein as us. Geeky, nerdy, pretty cool. Awesome shows that everybody should listen to.
Yeah. And we can all cannibalize off each other's work.
That's true. We do. And we've been on their show and they've been on ours. And little mini clips here and there. So they're a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. Now, speaking of the future and spaceships and stuff like that in your audiobook, have you had a chance to watch Lost in Space on Netflix?
I have not. I started working yesterday, so not yesterday according to the podcast.
Well, we're recording
but yesterday according to us because we're in the past from the podcast, which is in our future.
That's true.
Okay.
Because today's actually Saturday, the 14th of April.
But the podcast is for the 15th.
Exactly.
Which is tomorrow.
Yes.
Which means today is yesterday. So yesterday's yesterday was the day before.
All our yesterdays. Yes.
Yes.
That's right.
So
it came out on Friday. I watched 3 episodes last night, and my overall impressions is, I watched 3 episodes, and I wanted to watch more, but it was time for bed. So it's good.
Yeah.
The acting is not high caliber, but it's not horrible. Mostly it's kids in the show, but there's some adults. The acting is okay. It's fine. The story, a little bit predictable. Not horribly so, but, it's a reboot, and...
particularly for the first couple episodes, it's kind of, all right, here's all the stuff we already know.
Yes.
And now it's how we differentiate ourselves.
That's right. Yeah.
So.
The robot is not like the robot from the original series, of course. It couldn't be. It's very modernized, and it has transforming abilities, but not crazily so. It's not like a transformer. It just can shift its shape a little bit. But there's Easter eggs in it, which I was hoping for, which is awesome. Would you like to hear these Easter eggs?
Okay, I'll hear the Easter eggs.
It's not much of a spoiler.
All right.
It won't give anything away. In this series here, we've got Dr. Smith.
Okay.
And in the original series, Dr. Smith was a very bad man, played by the actor Jonathan Harris.
Yes.
Okay. In this show, Dr. Smith is played by Parker Posey.
Yes.
Her character name, and here's the first Easter egg, is June Harris, the original actor who played Dr. Smith, Jonathan Harris. Okay. But June Harris is pretending to be Dr. Smith because she stole Dr. Smith's jacket. And do you know who played Dr. Smith? Bill Mumy, who played the original Will Robinson in Lost in Space from the 1960s, who also played Lanier in Deep Space Babylon 5.
I was going to say, really? Deep Space Nine? He played Lanier in Deep Space Nine?
You would think so, but no. It was Babylon 5.
The other space Starbase episode show.
From the same time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've got June Harris pretending to be Dr. Smith. Dr. Smith played in a brief cameo by Bill Mumy, who played Will Robinson.
Well, there we go.
Which is awesome. The only thing I need now is for them to reference Carrot People, and everything will be all set.
I don't get that reference.
Because people used to make fun of the original Lost in Space, because in the later seasons, they went to crazy worlds and they had Carrot People and all kinds of weird stuff.
Well, yeah, if it's Lost in Space, you're going to run into weird stuff.
Right.
That's the nature of it.
And I didn't watch it enough to really know, but I know when people talk about Lost in Space, they talk about the Carrot People. So I'm waiting for that. There's 10 episodes this season, and it's addictive, and I like it. I could have watched the whole thing last night if I wasn't so tired.
So how realistic is their sci-fi? Are we a soft sci-fi, a hard sci-fi, a medium sci-fi?
Let's go medium. Because the whole idea behind the show is that I guess they're escaping Earth, but they haven't really talked about it yet. but there's like 25 Jupiter-class spaceships.
Okay.
And they're on the Jupiter, too. So it's like family lifeboats. And everybody's leaving Earth. And all these ships are attached to the main mothership, which is called the Resolute. And it's like a wheel with spokes and a bunch of stuff. Anyway, there's some kind of an accident. The Jupiters, some of them crash onto some planet that we're on. And this one lands intact, but lands in the ice, and it gets frozen, and there's a bunch of drama, and Will Robinson meets the robot.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Which is actually from an alien species. I don't know if the robot was from their ship in the original show or not, or how that came about, but in this one, it's an alien.
Huh.
And you see all that in the first episode. So.
Okay. Artificial gravity?
Yeah.
Rotational?
But, actually, they were in the first episode. They were playing a game of Go Fish, and they're sitting in the Jupiter 2 in their spacesuits, and they're throwing the cards to each other in the gravity, or in the lack of gravity. So you actually see some floaty stuff.
Yeah, but is it artificial gravity or is it rotational gravity?
I don't know, actually.
Because like you mentioned the big wheel, that would suggest to me rotational gravity. You just spin it.
Yeah, we didn't see enough of the ship actually to know. Yeah. So there's lots of explosions and stuff going on. Mostly it takes place on the planet with some flashbacks here and there.
Okay, well.
It's addictive, and I recommend watching it. I'm only, 3 of 10 episodes in, but I like it.
So is it more... Do you think it's more travel-y space, Lost in Space, or does it look more like Space Swiss Family Robinson?
You know what? They've been on this planet for the 3 episodes, and I don't know where they're going to take it from here. Because in the last episode that I watched, they broke free of the ice, and they ran out of fuel. So now they're stuck on this planet, but they got a radio signal from the Resolute, so it's still around, even though it's damaged. And I don't know how many other Jupiters are still around. But there are random survivors and stuff.
So I'm thinking, from the way you're describing it, sounds to me like Space Swiss Family Robinson.
It might be. I'm not far enough to know.
Okay.
I don't know where they're going to take it, but I'm enjoying it so far. It's not the best series I've ever seen, but it's not bad. It almost reminds me a little bit of Earth 2, if you remember that show.
Vaguely.
Yeah, it lasted 1 or 2 seasons.
Yeah, there's been a couple of those survivors on a new world.
Yeah, it's okay. I think you'd like it. So
Problem with those is they rush the storylines. They tend to, anyways.
Well, they're not really rushing it. Lots of flashbacks, lots of intrigue. Dr. Smith is pretty creepy / what's going on here kind of thing.
So it's a total evacuation of Earth or a partial evacuation of Earth?
Partial, because some people are left behind on the Earth.
Okay. And there's got to be more than one mothership if there's only 25 Jupiters.
Don't know. We only know with the Resolute.
If that's one family per Jupiter, that's only 25 families.
Pretty much.
There's 25 families on my block. So.
Yeah, and it might be more than 25. There might be 30. I don't know. They said a number, but I can't remember. But there's 20-something. It's interesting. I like it. It's keeping me going. I just watched one after another. So that's what I got for that. Let's talk about Kevin Smith and Stan Lee. Have you heard about all this news?
Just before you got here, yeah.
There's a bunch of stuff with Stan Lee saying that he's a victim of elder abuse, and people are trying to take advantage of him, especially his daughter and 3 mysterious men. There's a whole article that I put on the Facebook page for the Rusted Robot. Kevin Smith got a hold of this information, and he tweeted to Stan Lee on the 10th of April saying, "Hey, we're pulling for you. If you need a place to stay, you can come live with us and my family, or us fans will buy you a new house." So everybody's pulling for Stan Lee. And there's a video that I posted on the Facebook page that I'm going to play at the end of this episode where he's talking about it, and he seems quite with it. He's not... He's lucid. He's okay.
And he's denying everything that's supposedly happening in this. So
yeah, because he says he does have a good relationship with his daughter and his friend Kia. Apparently, with some nasty lawyer who's causing some trouble.
I don't know where this stands, but leave the poor man alone.
Right, the guy's 95. He's had a rough year.
So it's either actual elder abuse that he's recanting for whatever reason because he doesn't want his daughter in trouble or whatever. Mm-hmm. Or it's a jerk lawyer who's putting out stuff for no good reason.
Exactly.
Either way, it's back to hell off.
Yeah, and according to the video, from his body language and stuff, he's not being forced to say this.
No, he didn't look cowed.
No.
He looked like a man who was irritated.
Yeah, he's like, why do I have to make this stupid video to prove that everything's okay, just leave me alone.
And it's not like Stan Lee cannot afford to hire a bodyguard if he's being abused.
Exactly.
He's Stan Lee.
That's
Or
right.
you can just go call up some hotel where there's a convention. Like, I need 20 buff nerds. Go.
There you go. That's right.
Because he's got the clout. He can get 20 buff nerds in costume. All he has to do is promise to sign something for them.
That would do it. From what we've discovered in our researches, Josh, Stan Lee's doing okay. Everybody cares about Stan Lee, and there's some shady lawyers doing some bad stuff.
Or you can say there are lawyers.
Right, exactly. You could say that. Okay, so that's our comic book creator news. I wish we had some comic book news.
You know who would be great for that is Katie, because she works at Jump City.
That's true. That's the local comic book shop, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the local comic book shop. It's located at the 101 Mall at 38 Pine Street, North Timmins, Ontario, Canada, Earth.
That's true. But she's not here because she's probably at work right now.
She's at work right now.
So we have no comic book news.
We got no comic book news.
That's sad. But you know what we do have? We have Star Trek news.
Blank alert. Blank alert.
And I know Star Trek is your favorite thing of all time.
I really enjoy Star Trek.
Yes, you do. So let me pull up some Star Trek news here. I've got an article from TrekMovie.com.
Okay.
It's titled Zachary Quinto that says, Paramount is eager for more Star Trek and may be planning more than one movie. What do you think about that?
Okay, so the new Star Trek movies are They'd be okay sci-fi if they weren't called Star Trek.
Yeah?
That's one of the big problems with them, is they're just slapping the label on. So, meh.
Okay, well, speaking to The Observer, Quinto stated, there's a lot of energy around more Star Trek movies. Which ones are going to happen? Which ones might happen first? I can't really say. I don't know, honestly. I know there are lots of conversations being had about it. I know there are plans afoot to do at least one, if not more movies. And then he also said, I know Paramount, under their new administration, is eager to keep the franchise going. I feel like as soon as we reconvene, and then there's a script that the studio believes in and a director, whether it's Quentin Tarantino or somebody else that comes up, hopefully we'll move it all forward. I'm pretty sure Quentin is doing his other project, which he wrote, so that might kind of contextualize things in terms of the chronology of how we might make more than one movie if we make more than one movie. So there's definitely something going on.
So we knew that. We knew there was talks, but there's always talks.
Always talks.
That's Hollywood. They're always talking about something. And how much of it's actually going to happen.
Don't know.
Like, they bought the rights to Palladium's riffs, I don't know, 30 years ago, and they still haven't done anything with them.
Oh.
So, like, they're always talking. So, great assaults on that. New of the Calvin-verse Star Trek,
Yeah. It keeps Star Trek in the news and in the public consciousness, which is always a good thing.
But it dilutes what it is.
Well, I could see your point, but as long as it keeps Star Trek warping along.
Yeah. The problem that I see is worse with the new show.
You mean Star Trek Discovery?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's still bad with the Calvin-verse movies. Let's just change up Star Trek a bit. Just be more sensible. Those fans who followed it for 40 years, they don't deserve to keep watching their show. We gotta modernize. We gotta update. We gotta jazz this thing up. We gotta spice it up a little, kick it up a notch. But yeah. Oh, you liked it the way it was? Well, you're wrong. You don't know what Star Trek is. It's all violence and action now. Choo-cha!
That's how you see it?
That's how I see the new shows.
Okay. Well, I've got some casting news for the new shows.
Oh, so they're gonna spice it up, kick it up a notch. Cha-cha!
Cha-chow, yeah. Just like that.
No, not cha-chow.
Isn't-
Cha-cha!
I can't do it like you do. I bow to your cha-cha-ness. But anyway, before I make this creepy, meet Discovery's Captain Pike. Now, do you remember I told you at the end of Season 1, we come across the original Enterprise?
You did?
Okay. And according to the time frame and whatnot, Captain Pike is the captain. Jeffrey Hunter played the captain in the original series.
So, original series Enterprise, not the original Enterprise. Because in universe, the original Enterprise was a sailing ship,
Yeah.
so they didn't come across the original Enterprise.
How about the NCC 1701? No bloody A, B, C, or D.
NCC 1701. No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Which one, though? There's 2 of those.
Captain Pike's. From the menagerie / the cage.
All right.
Okay, so, according to the article that I've got here for you, buddy, Anson Mount has been tapped to play Captain Christopher Pike of the USS Enterprise in the soon-to-film 2nd season of Star Trek Discovery. Mount, who was born in Illinois and raised in Tennessee, counts among his many film and television credits Crossroads, Smallville, All the Boys Love Mandy Lane, Lost, Dollhouse, Straw Dogs, and Nonstop, as well as his recent series Hell on Wheels and Inhumans. Discovery served up an initial reference to Pike in Choose Your Pain when Saru instructed the computer to comb the Starfleet database for the most decorated captains. Pike's name appeared on a list that included Robert April, Jonathan Archer, Matthew Decker, and Philippa Georgiou. In the season finale, the crew of Discovery was on the way to meet their new captain when they received a distress call. Communications Officer Bryce announced, "Hails from Captain Pike, sir." Michael Burnham quickly connected the dots and commented, "It's the USS Enterprise." Pike is an iconic Star Trek character played by Jeffrey Hunter on the first Star Trek original series pilot, The Cage, and then in disfigured form by Sean Kenny in The Menagerie Part 1 and 2. Bruce Greenwood portrayed the alternate universe Pike in both Star Trek 2009 and Star Trek Into Darkness.
Okay, so the only thing I can think of throughout this entire thing is his name.
Anson Mount?
I keep hearing Ensign.
Ensign. There you go. It's pretty close, isn't it? Well, he was excited about it. He tweeted about it this past Monday. He says, "Well, the cat's finally out of the bag, and I can stop pretending I'm not in Toronto. I could not be more excited to finally be a part of the series that is partly responsible for me taking this roller coaster ride through the entertainment industry. A few days ago, I had my first opportunity to sit in the captain's chair, and I'm not embarrassed to say I got a little emotional. I have been a Star Trek fan since about the age of 8 when I first discovered the original series when it was syndicated throughout the United States on our various local stations. And to play a captain, and for that captain to be the iconic Christopher Pike, and to be doing it on a show that has the highest production values I've ever seen on television, and to be doing it with CBS, who cast me in my first ever pilot. Whew, out of breath. Suffice to say, I'm tremendously humbled and thankful for this opportunity. I will work my ass off to live up to the very understandable expectations this role accompanies. So let's set our course and take engines to warp factor 5. Engage." So he's excited.
All right.
And he kind of does look a little bit like Jeffrey Hunter, somewhat.
Yeah. He's got the look.
He's got the look.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the way he looks.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
So he was a Star Trek fan from yore, and got him into acting, and so emotional about it.
Yeah.
Let's change everything about the show so it has nothing to do with the way that it got all these people into acting, into science.
I think you need to let that part of it go, Josh.
I'm not letting that part go.
You need to just let it go.
I can hold grudges for years.
It
It is a family trait of the Montagnais. We can hold a grudge for decades.
That's not necessarily a good thing.
Oh, my grandfather held a grudge until the day he died, from when he was a teenager. Never spoke to the man that crossed him again.
Was it his dad?
No, it was a neighbor.
It's not healthy.
They lived beside each other for like 30 years.
Wow.
Never spoke to him again. Not one word.
Okay.
Grandpa can hold a grudge.
That's harsh.
That's a Montagnais way.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited to see the 2nd season of Star Trek Discovery,
Nah.
and I invite you to watch it with me when it comes out.
I'll give it 1.
It's going to have 13 episodes this next season. Filming starts sometime soon.
You come to me with the best episode.
Uh-huh.
You come to me with the episode that you go, this will convince you you're wrong, Josh. And hand that to me.
You're making me work for your Star Trek fandom.
No. I have my Star Trek fandom. I am defending it. You are bringing to me an offering to show me that this truly is what you expected. This is Star Trek. Look. Feel the Trek.
Feel the Trek, Josh. Feel it.
So, it's not a lot of work. You're watching all of them, are you not?
Of course, and I love it. It's awesome.
Right. And you're following the episodes. You don't need to know. Like, you can go back and go, oh, okay, what was the title? Oh, that was the title. Episode 7, Season 1.
No, the titles are pretty messed up, and they don't show it on the actual screen, so it...
Yeah, you can just go with Episode 7 of Season 1.
Yeah, you could.
That's all you need to go for me to go, okay, this is the episode you want me to watch? This is the one you think that'll bring me back?
If that's the Mud time travel one, then yes, because that was an excellent episode.
You're going to try to bring me back with a Mud episode?
No, I wouldn't pick that one.
Yeah.
Not for you. I know you don't like it. So anyway...
I don't like Mud in the original series.
He was a comic character. He was fine. But whatever. So that's this week's Star Trek news.
ESO. 7 years of keeping it really geeky.
No! You ruined my record, man! I just bought it!
Hey, you guys! How exciting! Spoilers!
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Bye, boys.
Have fun storming the castle.
Think it'll work?
It would take a miracle. Bye-bye.
The Earth Station 1 podcast. It's time to let your inner geek out to play. You can find them at www.earthstation1.com or up on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or wherever fine podcasts are found. Peace, and we're done.
Jessica Jones? The fight isn't over just yet. The fan-favorite Netflix series has reportedly been renewed for a third season, according to Deadline.
Good.
Yeah, this news comes a little over a month after the Marvel show's sophomore season debuted and earned plenty of positive buzz from fans and critics alike. For many, a Season 3 renewal for the series seemed like a given, considering the success that Jessica has had thus far. The series' first season ended up earning a Peabody Award, Hugo Award, and a Creative Arts Emmy. Love for the character continued into last year's Defenders miniseries and has certainly carried over into Season 2 as well. She says, I love playing Jessica Jones so much, and it's such a great part. It's like an embarrassment of riches. I get to do drama and be vulnerable and do scenes with amazing scene partners, and she's funny, and I do action sequences. I mean, it's just the best role ever. And Season 1 was so exciting that for Season 2, I just wanted to throw my whole self into the role and go even deeper and learn more about Jessica. That's exciting news.
It is.
And Season 2 was way better than Season 1, according to everybody. I know you like both.
I actually like Season 1 better.
Yeah, I know you do.
I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Season 2 a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I really liked Season 1. It's got character that the other hero shows don't have. It shows a vulnerability of the hero that the other shows don't show. Most other shows, it's like, oh, I don't want to be a hero and I'm dark and broody, or I don't want to be a hero and I'm dark and moody. Hers, it shows the vulnerability itself rather than what we get from the other ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really enjoyed that story. It was a really good story.
Mm-hmm.
It's a survivor story.
It is, for sure. So Season 3 is coming eventually.
I'm surprised it took so long for them to announce
the renewal.
Yeah, because what was it? Punisher? They announced him in like minutes.
Yeah, not didn't take long at all. Luke Cage Season 2 comes out this June.
Yeah,
so that's good.
I'm looking forward to it. It is the second worst of the shows.
Luke Cage is the second worst.
Third worst.
What's your ranking of the series?
Series goes
Daredevil,
Jessica Jones, Punisher, Luke Cage, Defenders, Iron Fist. And if I could put more space between everything else and Iron Fist, I would.
I know you would.
All the trailers and then Iron Fist.
Okay. There you go. All right.
The only problem with Luke Cage is those last few episodes.
Yeah, we're kind of rushed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like they had a plan for a 20-episode season, and they're told, no, you've got to get this in.
Yeah.
But we've already made all these other episodes. You know, all those filler episodes. yeah, leave those. Just finish it up. Wrap it up. Come on, wrap it up. So,
yeah.
But I enjoyed the show. It just those last ones, you felt shortchanged.
Well, sure. Yeah, I get it.
So let's hope that they can. Now they know how many episodes they're getting.
Mm-hmm.
They can do an arc that covers those accurately.
The pacing issue needs to be addressed, is what you're saying. Okay. Well, in other news, do you like toys?
I like toys.
Okay. The CEO behind Bratz Dolls and Little Tykes Toys is officially making his bid for Toys R Us. Isaac Larian said on Friday that he's entered a formal offer of $675 million to buy many of the Toys R Us stores in the United States, along with an additional $215 million for Toys R Us stores in Canada. He's looking to buy more than 200 of the remaining 735 locations in the U.S. and almost all of more than 80 locations in Canada. Larian, who runs MGA Entertainment, will use his own money for the bid, along with financing from banks and additional investors, according to a press release. The liquidation of Toys R Us is going to have a long-term effect on the toy business. The industry will truly suffer, he said in a statement. The prospect of bringing the Toys R Us experience to a new generation, my new grandson's generation, is enough to motivate me to save Toys R Us. Toys R Us declined to comment.
I like this move.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
One of the big things that angers me is there is no good spot to get toys in town.
Right, exactly.
We have the dollar store. We have the bargain shop.
We have Jump City Comics.
Jump City Comics is not a toy store. They have collectibles.
True enough.
And
Walmart.
we got Walmart.
Walmart is crap.
And that's it. That's what we got. They don't even carry toys in Canadian Tire anymore.
There are some toys.
Not many.
Not many.
And most of their things are more games than toys.
Right, exactly.
So like lawn games and slip and slide and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Some Lego.
But not much.
Not much. Yeah, it's very few and far between for toys there.
We need toy stores.
The closest Toys R Us is in Sudbury, which is 3 hours away from here.
Yeah. So I know it's gonna be hard pressed for us to get a toy store back, but I'd rather not see them go away completely.
Me as well.
I'd rather see the toy stores.
Mm-hmm.
And you need a big toy store block to fight against.
Oh, totally.
Walmarts and whatnot, who can just underbid, right?
Yeah.
So you need that buying power to buy in bulk.
That's right.
To get costs down. So.
And we're all Toys R Us kids.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. They got the best for so much less. You really flip your lid. From bikes to trains to video games, it's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz! I don't want to grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid. More games, more toys. Oh boy, I want to be a Toys R Us kid.
What was the other one in the 80s? Toys World?
Toy World?
Kids World?
I don't know.
There's like another big toy company that. Anyways, we used to have a Toys R Us here in town when it was up in the square.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's before my time.
I used to buy model rocket engines. The one size fit perfectly in a pipe we had.
Oh, okay.
And we take caps, like the paper caps, cut up into tiny shreds.
Nice.
Mount that to the end of the thing, tape that into place. So when it launches, the rocket shoots out, goes a distance, and then the reverse thing to launch the parachute or to light the next rocket engine in line would go off. And that would cause the caps to explode because they're in a pressure vessel. Oh. We basically made ourselves a crude missile launcher that we would launch at things and blow up from distance.
I like it.
It was fantastic. We got into so much trouble when we got caught with it.
No doubt.
There was no restrictions back then for kids just buying model rocket engines.
You could buy anything.
I bought 40 of them in one go.
I bet you did. That's awesome. You know what else is happening here in Timmins? Michael's Craft Store is closing in June. That was the last place in town to buy model car and airplane and boat kits. There's nowhere left to buy model kits. I used to spend hours in my room painting and building model kits. You can't do that anymore.
Well, you can get some collector kits at Jump City.
Yes, I did see some of those. The $700 some kind of car?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, but a regular $10 model that you used to be able to get from some, like, say, Zellers or Walmart. Zellers is gone. Walmart doesn't carry model kits. The ones at Michael's are like $30. So where are people going to buy model car kits? Do people still make model car kits? I don't know. It's very sad. I used to spend hours doing that.
Yeah, not really.
No.
It's not really a thing anymore.
It's sad.
But the problem with Michael's location.
Yeah, it's far...
Timmins has a really bad problem of, let's build our giant stores at the way far end of town.
It's true.
Nobody can get there. Like, you either have to drive, or take a bus, or take a cab. When I go to Canadian Tire, I make sure I got a reason to go. Like, I got to get everything from down there. So I got to stop at Home Depot, get anything I need from Home Depot, get stuff from Canadian Tire, get stuff from Michael's.
So what you're telling me is Timmins is not set up in a convenient manner.
No.
It's true. It's not. So
yeah, I'd like to see Toy Stores come back.
Yeah, I agree.
I'd love to see Toy Stores come back.
That would be awesome.
Anybody thinking of opening a toy store? There's about 5,000 square feet, and the 101 Mall is still available for rent.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How many square feet?
About 5,000. I'd have to double check the numbers.
Really?
Yeah.
Main floor?
Main floor.
Huh.
Old pick of the crop space.
Oh, that's still available, is it?
It's parking lot access through the service stores, so you can load your stuff up in the back.
Maybe I should quit my job as a mailman and open up a toy store. What do you think?
Yeah, you can do that.
It's probably not a good idea. But you never know.
If you're willing to take the risk and you have the initial capital.
I don't have the initial capital.
That's the problem.
That is the problem. But if I tell you what, I did buy a ticket for the 649 tonight, and if I win the millions, the 23 million, I will quit my job and open up a toy store in the old Pick of the Crop location.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Okay, sounds good. Now let's talk about some trailers.
Trailers. All right, let's talk about them.
Okay, so there's...
I like the...
Hallmark? Or the Cargo Master.
No, the teardrop ones back pulling behind the cars.
Ooh, or the trailer horses.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Horse trailers, I mean.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good flatbed trailers. That's real nice.
You need those, and especially if the what are those called? The fenders aren't up.
Yeah.
You know, if it's underneath.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's good carrying capacity on those ones.
Well, yeah.
Refrigerator trailer, those are nice.
Oh,
get your food there cold.
Well, sure, especially if you're going to like catering events and whatnot.
Yep.
I like a good trailer.
All right, no, actual trailers.
Oh,
right.
Real trailer. Okay.
Movie trailers.
Movie trailers. How about we play the trailer for The Meg?
What's that?
There's a monster outside.
What you people discovered is bigger than we ever thought possible.
How big is that thing?
It was the largest shark that ever existed.
A living fossil.
Thought to have been extinct for over 2 million years. Wrong.
My God.
It's a megalodon.
He's kidding, right?
That thing's out there. We need to find it and kill it.
Why don't you just put a tracker on it? Did you guys ever watch Shark Week?
He looks heroic, but he's kind of got a negative attitude.
Chew on this, you ugly.
So that was the trailer for The Meg. My good buddy Renee sent me that last week, and he's like, "This looks awesome." And I was like, "Renee, I don't know that it looks awesome."
No, it doesn't.
So we've got Jason Statham. It looks like a cross between Deep Blue Sea and Jaws.
Yeah.
Plus a few other ones.
It looks like a low budget sci-fi channel shark movie.
Yes.
That was given way too much money.
True. This is all accurate. I don't know what has happened to Jason Statham and Nicolas Cage, but they used to make some pretty good movies, and now they don't.
So,
I don't even recognize anybody else in this movie. Did you?
Not really.
No.
So the movie doesn't look good. The shark is CG, being clearly CG.
Mm-hmm.
Not as bad as like Sharktopus, but pretty bad.
Yes, yeah.
For a multi-million-dollar movie, pretty bad.
And so it's The Meg is the megalodon, which they thought was extinct 2 million years ago. The real one, was it a deep-sea dwelling shark?
Unknown.
Okay. So in this film here, I'm going to call it a film loosely. Maybe it's a bad movie, but so we've got it in the deep part of the ocean with these eating a giant octopus squid type thing, and then it's jumping over a boat, so it can go from the low depths to the sea level.
So we see it hunting at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
Right? In the abyssal range. And then we later see it hunting by the shore. Now, that's not the way sharks operate.
True enough.
So let's deal with the shark first. Megalodon. It's a very large shark.
Mm-hmm.
People look at it, they see the teeth, they go, okay. With sharks, all you're left is the jaws and the teeth.
That's right.
So everything fossilized, any evidence is that.
Well, yeah.
Everything else rots away.
Of course.
So what we know of it is just its jaw.
Yeah.
And people think, well, sharp pointy teeth like that kind of look like great white teeth. It's got the same body shape as a great white.
And
therefore, here's the numbers on its size and its mass and da-da-da-da.
And not all sharks are shaped the same, right?
No.
Exactly.
So there's that problem.
Yeah.
Second problem is it will hunt in a specific region.
Mm-hmm.
And a shark that big, you know what it's not going to go after? People.
Right.
It's hunting really large creatures.
Yeah.
Really large sharks hunt really large creatures.
Which makes sense.
Because you only need to be so much bigger than your prey to take them down.
Yeah.
It attacks a giant squid at one point.
Yes.
Cool. All right. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Large squid, large shark eats the squid. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Why is it going after people? Why is it murderous?
Oh, because it's a movie.
Also, for there to be a megalodon, there must be more megalodon.
Naturally, yeah, of course.
Right? Because you can't have a megalodon for 2 million years.
Unless it's a 2 million-year-old megalodon, which is the only survivor of its species.
But it can't be 2 million years old.
Why not?
Because things can't live that long.
Do we know this for a fact?
Yes.
Okay. Does the movie know this?
I don't know. I'm talking about actual science.
Oh, I see.
Now, then they'd live in this weird hamster cage thing underwater at some point, we see. They're pretty deep, too.
Yeah.
It was either that or it was nighttime for that entire shot.
Maybe.
But either way, once you get below a certain depth, glass tubes?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Maybe it's transparent aluminum?
But here's the thing. For strength, you want the least surface area for the largest volume.
Yes.
That's easy to calculate. It's a sphere. Why would you make a series of glass tubes when you can just fill in the space in the middle and just have an open space where you can run to the edge and look out the window?
Because it's more dramatic for filming?
Probably.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this movie is not a go to theaters.
No.
This movie is not a go out and get the DVD. This is...
Put it on your Netflix list and maybe watch it in 6 years from now.
Watch Sharknado. At least it's funny.
Yeah. But if you like Jason Statham, he's got a dry wit, so that's the only thing I have to recommend the film. But I'm not going to go see it.
Nah, I'm not going to go see it either.
Okay. Let's talk about Future World.
The world entered a new dark age. I was one of the last synthetics to survive.
You sure this is the place? Yeah, she's here. Wake up.
Who are you?
I've been looking for you for a long time.
Show me death.
This is Mikasa and that baby.
Her name's Ash.
She's the perfect woman, right? Incorruptible. God, I love that.
I think I want me a robot. Why did you save me?
Maybe I'm malfunctioning. I've never had this feeling before. It was at that moment I became aware of exactly how different I was. I had to set things right.
Bring him to me!
You took away the one thing that was mine.
He's mine!
2 guns, 10 bullets. We're gonna need every one.
You say that like that's a bad thing or something, man. Welcome to paradise.
This isn't paradise.
Okay, so we've got robots. We've got Mila Jovovich. We've got a Mad Max kind of vibe.
We got a
Dystopian in the
Mad
future?
Max meets Terminator meets a Messiah figure. It looks bad.
It does look bad. And it's a robot movie, and I want so much more for it.
But it's not really a robot movie.
Well, one of the main characters is a robot.
Yeah, but that's not the point of the movie, though.
Yeah.
It's not a... How does man interact with technology? How does man deal with technology becoming self-aware? It's just... You replace that character with somebody who's been brainwashed or a quick-grown clone.
Yeah.
You got the same story. This is a story about a person coming to realize circumstances. It's bad. It's not good.
It's not. It's not a theater movie.
Like, it's not even good post-apocalyptic.
No, and Mila there, as cute as she is, I don't know what's going on with her makeup.
Yeah, I don't get it. Lucy Liu's apparently in the film.
I didn't even see her. I saw her name written on the screen, but
the only time we see Lucy Liu in the trailer is, with so-and-so, featuring Lucy Liu, and then you see Lucy Liu in this thing with flowing curtains that matches none of the aesthetics of the rest of the movie. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, all right.
I will watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, this is a Netflix for certain.
Sunday afternoon, kind of on board.
Assuming I've watched everything else I want to watch on Netflix.
Right, exactly.
All the essentials are out of the way.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about the final trailer for Solo, A Star Wars Story.
You're after something. Is it revenge? Money? Or is it something else? You look good. A little rough around the edges, but good.
Heard about a job. Big shot gangster putting together crew.
I'm a driver, and I'm a flyer. I waited a long time for a shot like this. What do you think? Well, what do you know?
You got a line on a ship?
Yeah, I know a guy. He's the best smuggler around.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true. Everything you've heard about me is true.
L3!
Let go of the mean man's face.
Who are these guys? If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
You might want to buckle up, baby.
Here they come! Let me give you some advice. Assume everyone will betray you, and you will never be disappointed.
I got a really good feeling about this.
Since when do you know how to fly?
190 years old? You look great.
Push it! So glad we took this job!
Okay, the other trailer that we watched looked like crap. This one actually makes me look like I want to go see this film in the theater.
It looks good.
It does.
It's a real good trailer.
And the guy who plays Han Solo actually kind of looks a little bit like Harrison Ford in some scenes.
So, the trailer looks good.
Yeah.
But it's got some things I noticed that they're throwing me off, that give, like throwing flags on the play that I gotta watch on here.
Are you talking Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian taking over the movie and it's going to be about him?
No.
Okay.
No. Like, the Lando part, okay. It looks fine. We'll have to see how it plays out, because we are only getting highlights here.
True.
Trailer. Remember, we're only getting the stuff they want us to see.
Yeah.
Some people complain about the ship. I don't complain about the ship. The ship, that front piece, obviously is a detachable piece. We know that, because it doesn't look like that later.
Right. And it's brand new at this point.
Yeah. Although it's not supposed to be brand new. It's supposed to be even old by the time that they get it.
That's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought so.
That's from the old lore. So the old... But remember, anything that's in the movie destroys whatever old lore was.
True enough.
Okay.
All right.
So...
Chewie being 190 years old at this point, that was a fun scene.
Yeah. So, yeah. But, like the troopers.
Mm-hmm.
How many stormtrooper armor helmets did you see in that movie? In that trailer?
I don't remember seeing any.
There are none.
There
I
are
didn't
none.
see any stormtrooper helmets in that.
But there
scene.
were stormtroopers?
There were people in trooper armor. Kind of looked like clone armor, maybe, or Mandalorian armor, but not quite. They looked like different kind of like trooper armor. Didn't quite look like clone trooper. Didn't quite look like Mandalorian. It looked like a different trooper.
Like an intermediate phase, maybe, between the prequels and the.
No, they went straight from.
They did.
According to the lore, they went straight. According to the new lore, they went straight from one to the other. Hand in your old armor. Here's your new armor.
Well, I can't explain it then, Josh.
Yeah. So the lack of the troopers kind of makes me nervous. I'll give it a go. I liked the other standalone movie.
Yeah, the Rogue One.
Rogue One, I enjoyed Rogue One.
That was wonderful.
It was a good standalone.
Are we going to go see this in the theater? I think we have to.
I will go see this in theater.
Yeah.
The only problem is...
This was the one that Ron Howard took over for?
I believe so.
I think so, yeah.
The only problem with this is it's kind of a pseudo way around people boycotting. Because I didn't plan on going to see Episode 9 in theater.
Oh, no?
I did not enjoy
Episode
8 enough to make me go see Episode 9 in theater.
Really?
But I kind of want to see this, and they're going to use this as a metric as to what they should change for the next one.
Could be.
They're like, well, everybody went to see the Star Wars Solo film after Episode 8, which means they love what we did in Episode 8.
Yeah, see, from the other Solo trailers that we saw, that didn't interest me at all. It looked like crap. I didn't want to go see it. But this trailer, this makes me want to see it.
So, yeah, I am torn.
I think I'm done with Woody Harrelson, though.
Depends on how big his role is. I like Woody Harrelson. He's a good actor.
He is, but I think he's a little bit overdone.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'll have to reserve judgment. I'm not going to prejudge.
And he's in a standalone Star Wars film, so it's not like we're going to have to watch him in every Star Wars film after this.
True.
So he's got his one shot in the Star Wars universe, so he's going to play it up.
Yeah, of course.
And like, who can blame him?
Right, that's true.
Like, he's in Star Wars.
Yes.
I'm not in Star Wars. I'd play it up if I was in Star Wars.
I think you'd almost have to.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so The Meg we will not see in theaters.
Nope.
Future World we will not see in theaters.
Nope.
Solo we will see in theaters.
Yeah, I'm going to go see it in theaters.
And apparently it comes out May 24th, not the 25th, according to that trailer. So maybe that's a preview like a Thursday or something.
It probably comes out like at midnight, and some people are stupid.
Right.
They don't realize that the date changes at midnight. They're like, no, it's just the 25th. No, it's the 26th, man. It's after midnight.
Right.
No, I haven't gone to bed yet, so it's still going to be the same day. No, it's not how days work.
Yeah. Okay, and there was a couple other trailers that we watched, which we're not going to play here on the show. It was a new trailer for The Incredibles, which was not too much more information than the last trailer.
I want to see it.
You want to see it?
Yeah, I'm probably going to take my kids to the theaters to see it.
That's fair.
We're going to rewatch the original and then bring them to the theaters to see that. I really like The Incredibles.
Okay. Yeah, and I've seen it once and it was fine. I don't care. But
that's fine.
That's good. Yeah. And then we saw the teaser for the next Jurassic World trailer, which comes out this coming Wednesday. So it was just a teaser telling us that
there's a trailer coming. Yeah.
Yeah, a teaser for a teaser trailer. Yeah, that's stupid. But
welcome to modern Hollywood.
I know. Yeah.
Meh.
Yeah, I don't care about Jurassic Park World, whatever, anything.
Like, what else are they gonna do with the story?
Yeah, I don't know.
I watched Jurassic Park. I watched the other ones, and
yeah, true enough.
They're dinosaurs. Okay, like
whatever. It's all good.
Like they're gonna make quite a bit of money because lots of people are gonna go see it.
Yeah.
But
right. Oh, did you hear that Black Panther sunk the Titanic for third highest grossing film in the U.S.?
I did.
Yes. Not the world, but in the U.S.
So like I said when we watched it, I really enjoyed that film.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's a great film.
Yeah.
It's doing really well domestically, which is a surprise. A lot of people predicted like it wouldn't do that well domestically. I thought it would do well, but a lot of people were surprised by it. And then the same people who were surprised that it's doing well domestically said, well, it's going to do well internationally, though. It's not doing bad internationally. It's not doing as well internationally as it is domestically. Which leads some credence to the black doesn't travel racist statement. They won't put black actors in major roles because they say, well, black doesn't travel.
Okay.
So it's perpetuating that problem.
Right.
But this is a very, even though it's an African film that has parts that take place in Korea, it's a real American identity.
Yeah.
Because like the black individuals from America can really identify with, here's the change, here's the struggle, I don't think that it plays as well internationally for that regard.
Because people in those other countries don't have that same experience.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Like, you go to...
Denmark,
you're not going to find a lot of people who know what it's like in Oakland, in California.
True enough. Okay.
To be a poor black man in Oakland, nobody in Helsinki knows what that's like.
Right. Okay.
Right.
All right. But good for Marvel.
It's fantastic. Kick one of Cameron's movies out of there.
Right.
He's still got the other two, doesn't he?
Well, Avatar and Titanic were the top 2 grossing of all time in the world.
Oh, so it dropped it down to 3. Okay, well.
Titanic's down to 4 now. Because we've got Avatar, something else, I don't remember. Now we've got Black Panther, and then Titanic for the top grossing in the U.S.
Top 10 domestic films.
For the U.S.?
Not adjusted for inflation.
Okay.
So, Beauty and the Beast, that's the new remake, right? That's the 2017 remake.
Yeah.
That's number 10.
Okay.
Star Wars, Rogue One, 9.
Okay.
Star Wars The Last Jedi, 7. The Avengers, number 6. Jurassic World, number 5. Titanic, number 4, which was just knocked down by Black Panther, number 3. Black Panther has $667,196,054.
Nice.
As of whenever this was updated. Avatar and Star Trek Force Awakens.
Star Trek Force Awakens?
Yeah, Star Trek Force Awakens.
Nice, that was a good film.
Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Are tied for number 1?
Star Wars Force Awakens is number 1. So
Avatar's number 2.
Avatar's number 2 at $749 million. Star Wars Force Awakens was $936 million.
Crap.
662,225. And his lifetime gross is his initial gross, which is really impressive. Just looking at the top 5, that's $1.5 billion for Disney.
So in some late-breaking news, which I just discovered by pulling up Facebook here, according to Variety, Czech-born director Milos Forman, who won Best Directing Oscars for One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Amadeus, has died. He was 86. Forman died Friday in the U.S. after a brief illness. His wife, Martina, told the Czech news agency CTK. She said that his departure was calm and he was surrounded the whole time by his family and his closest friends. Forman was also known for directing Hair, Ragtime, and The People vs. Larry Flint.
That's a good movie. I really enjoy that one.
Yeah?
Another Woody Harrelson movie.
It is, I know. Directors Guild President Thomas Schlam said, Milos was one of ours, a filmmaker, artist, a champion of artists' rights. His contribution to the craft of directing has been an undeniable source of inspiration for generations of filmmakers. His directorial vision deftly brought together provocative subject matter, stellar performances, and haunting images to tell the stories of the universal struggle for free expression and self-determination that informed so much of his work and life. Very sad news in the world of directing and filmmaking.
Those are some good, solid movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, like, Amadeus, really good. I recommend that to a lot of people.
Never seen it.
No, it's really good. Watch it.
Okay.
But The People vs. Larry Flint is one of my favorite movies.
Oh, is that right?
I bought it twice.
Wow.
And both times I lost the copy to people borrowing it and not returning it.
Of course. Did you ever see One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
I have.
It was good. No, I liked it.
Like, that's fine. Like, I can see why somebody would like it, but it didn't catch me.
Okay.
It's one of those films, right?
And it's been years since I've seen it, but... Okay, so now that we're winding down the end of the podcast, last week you presented us with the hypothetical of what we would do if a Time Lord said, hey, you're coming with me and I'm dropping you in the year 1437 with only one thing. Pick it now and you're going. You don't get to pick where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did get a response.
Okay, let's hear what we got.
All right, my good buddy Daniel Peter Hitch tweeted us at The Rusted Robot.
Hello, I'm Daniel Peter Hitch, author of the Connected Worlds Chronicles and the Bubbles the Pirate children's book series. You're listening to the Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
And he said, I'm all caught up. Answer to the hypothetical. If left in 1437, I'd take a how-to manual to build enough machinery to live comfortably in a quiet corner of whichever place I end up out of history's way. Unless it's 1437 on Mars, in which case I'd suffocate, and all of this is moot. Smiley face.
Okay. How-to manuals are useful, but again, a lot of them require basic stuff. So for example, use some iodine tablets. Now I need information on how to make iodine tablets.
Well, it is a how-to manual. Maybe it's got how to do everything.
Yeah, therein lies the problem, is you got to keep getting
further and further back.
Because remember, we're at 1437 technology. Yeah. Assuming you're in the most technologically advanced section of the world, that's still 1437 tech. In the least technological section of the world, you're in the middle of nowhere.
True enough.
So,
yeah,
you got problems there.
But still,
a how-to manual is not bad.
Yeah, exactly. So, thanks for responding, Daniel.
We appreciate that. We always like it. The answers to the hypotheticals are always good.
They are.
I enjoy them.
Yes. And now it comes to the last feature of this week's Rusted Robot podcast, number 5 on our top 10 list of favorite fictional robots.
We did have a discussion, one making the list, about what constitutes a robot.
And the list as we have it, we don't necessarily agree with it 100% as to who's on it, but it's what we could agree with.
Yeah. So we said, well, robots, androids, cyborgs, right?
All in the same category.
Robots, cyborgs, androids, oh my,
are all in the category of favorite robot, because they'd be what people consider, the general populace would consider a robot.
Right. Not like a computer program like HAL 9000.
Exactly. So, because they'd say, who's a computer?
Yeah.
We've come to this thing, and on this one, we agree with that he's an influential robot.
In pop culture.
Yeah. I personally think he should be higher on the list, because,
I agree with that.
But we had to put him here because things coming afterwards kind of pushed him back a bit, rather than...
Yeah, maybe, except for one of them that I don't really think should be that high on the list, but we'll get to that.
A personal opinion about it and the influence he has is different things.
Exactly. That's why we have the list as we have it.
Yeah, it's influence rather than personal favorites, because personal favorites, this got to be number 2 or 3 in our list.
Yeah. So, without further ado, can we drag it out anymore?
Yeah, probably.
We can.
Because technically he's an android.
He is an android.
But he was also a cyborg.
At one point.
He was a cyborg.
In a film.
Yep.
This is true.
For a short time, he was a cyborg.
Yeah, for 0.68 seconds.
No.
For an android, that is nearly an eternity.
No.
Who is it, Josh? Who's number 5 on our list?
You've given it away.
Not everybody has seen that film.
But most people listening to this have seen that film.
I should hope so.
I'm still trying to drag this out some more.
Okay. All right.
It's Data.
Data from Star Trek: The Next Generation.
One of the best Star Trek series.
Yes.
It had the biggest... It brought people home.
It did.
That's what it was. It brought people home.
Yeah.
And Data was the Spock, in a way.
Yeah.
He was the character from the outside view.
Trying to find our humanity. Show us... Holding the mirror up to humanity.
Yeah. So, he influential in that. Brent Spiner played it impeccably.
Brent Spiner is a fantastic actor. He played Data. He played Lore. He played Dr. Soom. Among anything else that he played, I can't remember offhand, but that's 4 characters that he's played in the Star Trek franchise.
I think there's one more, isn't there?
There might be. Well, he was a bunch of characters in A Fistful of Datas, but I don't think that counts.
Yeah, no, that doesn't count. Well, it kind of does. Lad does.
Yeah,
so he's been a bunch of hologram characters.
Yes.
Because people get credited for being a hologram character on that show.
That's true.
Stephen Hawking was on that show and got his credit for that.
Of course he did.
So yeah, all right.
So
count that. He's been dozens of characters on that show.
He has.
I think he's been the most prolific character on that show.
So Data, was a character who had no emotions, but was truly, really emotional.
My programming was not designed to process these sensations.
He had no emotions, right? But watch him throughout the show.
He's got emotions.
He has emotions. He just doesn't realize that they are emotions.
That's right. His journey to humanity.
He'll say, oh, I don't feel emotions. Well, you kind of do.
Mm-hmm.
You sass. You have comebacks. You move along. you're mimicking his emotions, because that's what he says he does.
Right.
Resistance is futile.
In a lot of ways, that's just what we do. We mirror emotions of others around us.
Yeah, it's called mirroring. It's an actual thing.
Yeah. So, like, Data's got enough emotions that left to his own devices, he'll develop.
Yes.
But then he gets the chip, and he's controlled by it, and then it burns out, and then he fixes it later.
Lots of interesting dynamics on that program.
So, yeah. Data's our fifth, because he's influential, and we love him.
And everyone knows who Data is.
Yeah. So we had to throw him on.
Yes.
But he was one of the ones that we were like, does he count? He's not really a robot. He's more than a robot. He's an android. And then the fact that he's a cyborg as well at one point.
When the Borg Queen gives him some skin for his arm.
Yeah, gives him
face.
some human skin.
Yes.
So
he was not programmed to experience these sensations.
Exactly. But, all right. So, yeah, Data's our fifth best robot, caveat, android, caveat, cyborg, out there. Personally, though, I'd put him like 2 or 3 on the personal list.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we'll talk about our personal list when we do all 10 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't know what our robots for 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are, go back to our previous episodes, which you can find at therustedrobot.podbean.com, and check that out.
Or keep listening until we reach
episode 199.
199. We'll do all 9 again, mention them again.
And then give our top.
And give number 1, and then tell our personal top 5s.
That's exactly right. We will. We will do that.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun.
Just before the great drunken episode of episode 200.
Where we're going to watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 1990.
Unless the votes change on the poll.
The poll closed.
What? You close the poll?
It closes automatically.
That's unfortunate. We locked in at Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, I think so. I'd rather do RoboCop, but I think we're doing Ninja Turtles. So that's what we'll do. That's in a few weeks. Remember, there won't be an episode next week because we're going to be too busy, tired, and emotional. Unlike Data, who had no emotions. Italy did. So that's it for this week's Rusted Robot podcast. We thank you for stopping by and listening to us ramble. If you'd like to contact the show, that's therustedrobot@gmail.com. Please share the links, join the Facebook group, join the Facebook page, leave a review on
iTunes or any podcatcher of your choice.
Yeah, that's right. And remember, killing your clone is still murder. This has been another episode of the Rusted Robot Podcast. You can contact us by emailing therustedrobot@gmail.com or tweeting us at therustedrobot. Visit our website at therustedrobot.podbean.com. And, if you would, please check us out and like us on Facebook. A 5-star review in iTunes is appreciated. The Rusted Robot Podcast was written, produced, scored, edited, engineered, and directed by Sean Vanderloo. Your co-host was Josh Montney. Don't forget to visit Jump City Comics in the 101 Mall and listen to our other show, the Soulforge Podcast. Visit Sean on Twitter and Instagram at Darth Vaderloo.
The Rusted Robot Podcast. Think about it.
Hi, this is Stan Lee. I just want to set the record straight about a document that I heard is floating around, which is totally incorrect, inaccurate, misleading, insulting, and I don't know how many more words I can say about it. Apparently it was written by Tom Lawless, an attorney that I had hired for just a few days, and then I dismissed him. He got together with someone else, and they're publishing this document, which supposedly I signed, which claims that my daughter and her friend are doing horrible things to me, and I guess to the rest of the world. Well, I just want to mention my relationship with my daughter has never been better, and my friend Kia Morgan also and I have a great relationship, and anybody who is saying anything negative about us or about them suing me or me suing them is just spreading lies. And unfortunately, we seem to live in this sort of environment where anybody can say a lie about anybody, and it immediately gets published, and it gets transmitted, and millions of people read it, see it, and believe it. So I want to say, as definitely as I can, my relationship with my lovely daughter, JC, is wonderful. My relationship with my good friend, Kia Morgan, is great. We're best friends. In fact, he's taping this for me now. There is nothing bad I can say about my daughter or about Kia. I just cannot understand what would make seemingly normal people, like this attorney that I mentioned, go out on a limb with lies the way he has done and force me, excuse me, and force me to make a speech like this, for which there should be no need. Everything in my life is going the way I want it to. My friends are my friends, my daughter is my daughter, and I'm beginning to learn who my enemies are. And that's really all I can say now. And I'm not a lawyer, I don't know what I should be saying, but everything I've said up to this moment is God's truth.
And remember the macular degeneration, Stan.
Oh, the hell with that.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network. Be part of the crew and help support our shows by donating to our ESO Patreon or by shopping through Amazon.com or the TeePublic store, which can all be found at www.esonetwork.com. The ESO Network, your station for all things geek.